I guess it's time to complain about features of a democratic system while still venerating democracy as some kind of sacred element of civilized society. Every time somebody redraws a map in such a blatantly partisan way, the outrage marketing machine shows up to defend the sacred rights of the people, which are now being trampled upon by the despotic bad actors. Of course, I think the system is designed to reward despotic bad actors. I would much rather be a robber baron in a representative democracy than in a feudal system. Nobody ever comes for the heads of tyrants here. Millions of dollars poured into Virginia from outside the state. People who don't live here, will never live here, and know nothing about this place sought to influence the decision of a supposedly separate state and its government. I hope everyone who understands this is able to let go of the false notion that states are independent in any way. The nationwide false election marketing scam comes for all. This is an opportunity to change the color of some dots in Congress. The people who can't even pretend to be represented anymore don't matter when pretending to make change in the impotent legislature. But what about the will of the people? After all, the referendum did pass. About 1.6 million people voted yes, about 1.5 million voted no. The consequences of this are that the yes will have 10 representatives and the no will have 1. If I still believed in representative democracy, I would be outraged by this blatant refusal to represent nearly half of the voters. Of course, I understand that representing the people is not a priority anywhere in these United States, but I still find it funny that the most generous reading of the system possible is that it is in denial of its transformation into a populist direct democracy. It's not victory if you manage to win the hearts and minds of various people living in and under different circumstances. Victory is making sure that you are in power, even over people you don't represent. A perfect example of this is Roy Moore. In 2017, Jeff Sessions resigned from his Alabama Senate seat to serve as the Attorney General of the United States. A special election was held to fill the vacant seat. A Democrat had not won a Senate seat in 25 years in Alabama. However, Roy Moore, the Republican nominee for the seat, was accused by several women of sexual misconduct, some of which was said to have occurred when the accusers were as young as 14. By the time these allegations were made, Moore's name could not be removed from the ballot. Despite calls for him to resign, he ran, and he lost. Doug Jones became the first Democrat senator from Alabama in 25 years. Of course, as soon as he hit the next general election, he lost his seat to a Republican. He was the only Democrat to lose re-election for the Senate in 2020. This guy lost as a Democrat in 2020. They didn't want him in Alabama. But it didn't matter what the people wanted. It was a good thing for the political machine that the people of Alabama had to choose between somebody accused of terrible things or somebody who does not represent them at all.
The president and most of the GOP kept saying it was up to the people of Alabama. And yesterday, the people of Alabama made their choice, just saying no to credibly accused child molester Roy Moore and awarding pro-choice Doug Jones